Hey everybody, Rocco Castellan here for Train with Rocco. And many people don't know, or maybe you do know, that I worked with a company called DCT and one of the renowned physical therapists in the country named Nick Bartolotta. And we were business partners for a long time. We dissolved that business, our relationship, but during that time, we figured out how to treat and how to help people with chronic pelvic pain, both men and women, and something called hard flaccid, and many things that go along with it, like a urinary frequency, erectile dysfunction. Now, one thing that most people don't know is that Nick and I had some differences, and some of those differences had to do with using PEMF, or pulse electromagnetic frequency, to help restore the dysfunction of the pelvic floor. Now, I was a huge advocate of PEMF, and there's a ton of research out there. You can Google it, you can go to PubMed, you could do any of the following ways to look at the research on PEMF, pulse electromagnetic frequency, in order to help with pelvic pain and pelvic floor dysfunction. And I just wanted to go through some of the different things that we do here at Train with Rocco in order to help with your pelvic floor dysfunction. Now, we always warm you up. We always do a warm-up of about 12 to 15 minutes on the chair pad. So we sit you down, you're nice and comfortable, and we start the pulse, and you'll see on most people that your arms and your legs do that, okay? And that is bringing the pulse into your body. Now, for pelvic pain, we then, after the warm-up, we will use the square pad, and we call it tacoing, and we will put your hips directly on the white line. So right in the middle, and you sit directly on the pad, put your feet up, and relax into the chair. And this, for about 15 to 20 minutes, is going to attack the dysfunction in your pelvic floor, in your hips. Then, after that's done and has done its work, we put the square pad on the table, we use the paddles, and this targets your hip, your psoas, your glute medius, your you could do your TFL, your QL, all the major muscles of the pelvic floor and the pelvis itself. So what we do is we sit on the square pad, and you lay back, you're nice and comfortable. You take the paddles and you look for hot spots, and you go all around your pelvis here, and then over to the other side, And we do this for 12 to 15 minutes on each side. And we can go on the side like this. And then for many people, many men, we have rings. And we use the rings for so many different things, but specifically for our pelvic floor dysfunction and pelvic pain, we have you sit down here, and I know you're gonna think that this is absolutely crazy, but we take the rings and you have full control over the rings, and you put it over your general area, and we let the rings and the pulse do its work and help restore the cellular dysfunction around your general area and your pelvic floor area. Now, there is a lot of research that shows that PEMF helps pelvic floor dysfunction as well as male and female pelvic pain. This is one of the pieces of the puzzle that we use to help you through your pelvic pain or your pelvic floor dysfunction. But this is what we do on site here at Train with Rocco. So if you're looking for a non-invasive, more relaxing environment to help alleviate your pelvic pain, PEMF is the best way that we can do that. And that was one of the biggest issues and disagreements that Nick and I had when it came to the pelvic pain program. He wanted to use class 4 lasers. I wanted to do PEMF. And so that's why I built Train with Rocco to help with pelvic floor dysfunction, but also with a longevity and with health optimization. This is Rocco Castellano saying the least you can do is live up to your potential.